Good morning, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Tina Kaverkic, and I am Northern Stamper. In case you want to drop me a message, you can drop it off at northernstamper@gmail.com. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas holiday. I know I have. And it is just uh, coming up to 10 o'clock, and I wanted to thank you for joining me on this Tuesday. I wanted to also let you know that I have some great items and events coming up. So check out my events page. You can check it out at northernstamper.stampinup.net. There is a little events tab there, and you can check it out. One of my favorite ones, I actually have quite a few. There's a bingo event coming up on January 22nd. I got 2 packages left for that one. One of my favorite ones actually is a games night I have coming up in February. You don't want to miss that. So I am a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to make 2 cards from a free stamp set that you can get in Celebration. This event runs from January to February, January 5th until February 28th. And if you spend $60, you can choose a free item in this package. If you choose, there are 2 levels. There's $60. And if you have more than that, there's one level at $120. Unfortunately, I can't open the catalog to show you, but it is great. It's a lot of fun stuff. One of the items we are going to be using today is from the Celebration, and it is called Touch of Ink. This is a really cute stamp set. There are 17 polymer stamps in here, and you can see through them. So there's some stamps that you can see that have an outline. And these ones here, you can ink them up and stamp on top of that. So that's like a 2-step stamping. And we're going to be doing a little bit of that today. So we're going to be using a touch of ink today. So let me know if you have the new catalog, which is the mini catalog, which is filled with awesome, awesome stuff. Can't show you the inside of that either, unfortunately. And if you've got the Celebration, mark below if you have. If not, I can always drop one in the mail for you. Not a problem. You don't want to miss this. It's got a lot of great stuff coming in here. And the papers that they have in here are just absolutely gorgeous. I get them every single time. And then I make little bundles. So if you want, you can get some papers from all of the mini catalog. There are over 10 packages. So that's 10 packages, and there's usually about 24 in each package, thereabouts. So, and you can do that as a share. Instead of getting everything, which is over $270, you can just get a little bit of each paper for $50, and that's called a paper share. If you'd like to join in on that, let me know, comment below, or drop me a message at northernstamper@gmail.com, and we can set you up. So like I said, today we're going to be using items from the Celebration. So let's get started. So it is coming up to New Year's this week. Are you all ready? You got your stuff, activities all set up? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So this is actually one of the items. Oh, let me bring this back in from the Celebration. So if you spend $60, you can get a pack of this ombre paper. It is just gorgeous. It goes from dark to light. So they have ones with little dots on it. And if you flip it over, there's another color. Whoa, that's a really bright color. But today we're going to be using the papers from the ombre set. So what I have already done ahead of time is I've embossed this ombre paper with some little leaves. You'll see that. I don't know. Can you see that? Boop. We're going to be working with this beautiful, beautiful Blackberry Bliss today. So let us get started. So remember, $60 gets you a huge package of this paper. And we're going to get started. So you need a crumb cake base. So I've already scored it. So there's the the card base itself. So that is called crumb cake. And again, my bone folder, I'm just going to fold that down a little bit more. Okay. And this is a really super, super simple card. So I already had cut another piece, so that was just an extra. So I've got my crumb cake base, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to glue it on quite yet, and it looks like I need to do some cutting. So hopefully I have my trimmer along with me. Let me look for my trimmer. And it may have gone somewhere, so hold on a second. There's a slight technical difficulty. Oh my goodness, hold on. You know what? It wouldn't be a regular Facebook Live if I didn't do something that went wrong. Hopefully I won't be dropping the camera today, but apparently I forgot my trimmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. So that's 4 inches. Let me just double check. And that's 5 1/4. So what I want to do is have a nice frame around the cardstock. So I've cut it down a little bit smaller so it gets a really nice frame. I'm not going to glue that down yet because I'm not done. I want to put a ribbon on. And instead of putting the ribbon on after, which is really difficult, I'm going to put it on first. So I have the ombre paper that I've embossed. And I am going to put it on thereabouts. It's a little wide, so maybe I want to take it down a little bit more. Good thing I got my trimmer. Let's see, let's take it down. So it initially is just over 2 inches. So let's take it down to 2 inches. Okay, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to hold on to this piece because maybe I can use it somewhere else. Okay. Going to take that off to the side. And do I want that way? I want the light ombre. So I got the dark on the bottom. Oh, that looks actually very nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it down. Just want to make sure you can see everything. There we go. Has everybody been having a great holiday? Everybody staying safe? Oh, good morning, Monique. I'm glad you could join me. And my friend Michelle and Karen. Oh, thank you for joining me. Do you guys have a lot of snow up by you? Apparently that glue does not want to work for me. We have not that much snow here. It's just really cold, that's all. I don't know. Up by you guys, have you guys got a lot of snow? So I'm going to put that down. I'm just going to glue that down a little bit. It does hang off, so I'm just going to cut that off. Now you'll notice that when I flip it over, see the great color on the other side? This is this is Granny Apple Green. It's a really nice color and it goes with so many of the new designer series papers that we have. So glue that in. And I'm going to look in my little box. And I've got some ribbon. And I don't know which one do I want to put on. I always like to look. See what I got. I think we're going to do some twine this time. Whoop. And let's get some twine. And let's make it long enough that we can make a bow on the doubled twine. So apparently my fingers are not working today. Let's make sure it's long enough. So I'm going to double up that twine to make it a little thicker. Now I'm going to make my little rabbit ears. Now this is a little tougher because now I'm doing it double. And the rabbit ears, one goes through the hole because he's scared. And pull him at the other side. So, got to make sure I'm pulling the right one. So now I'm doing double. So I'm going to pull it in a little bit. And pull on this side. And to tighten it, I'm just going to pull on the rabbit ears. So I think that's good. Okay, so I got that just where I want it. Now, we're going to wrap this around the top. I like to use tape on the back here just to hold it down. So let's do some tape. Cut off the excess and flip it over. Oh dear. There we go. And there we go. On that side too. So there we go. Anybody got exciting plans for New Year's? Board games? Going for a walk at midnight? I don't know. There we go. Oh, look at that. So I got that. Now, remember I said we were going to be using the new stamp set from A Touch of Ink. So I'm going to pull that out. And let us use some of these. What should we do? Let's go with the butterfly because he's facing the right side. So if I want the facing that way. Because if I had him use the little hummingbird, I was going to call him bumblebee, it'd be facing that way. Okay, so let's take a look. One sec. One way to do this. Let's lay it down. Oh, that looks nice. And let's see if we had the hummingbird. He would be going the other way. So these are great so you can look through. So, oh, that would look cool too. Let's just go with the butterfly. What do you think? All right, so let's get our butterfly on our block there. So, pick him up. And we are going to use, instead of black, I don't want to overpower the colors. So let's go with early espresso. What do you think? Okay. I don't want the colors to be too much. So I'm going to ink that up. This is such a really cute stamp set. And let's stamp them on. I've already pre-cut out this stitch circle. Look at that. That is awesome. Now, what am going to do is I'm going to color him in. Let's get a little bit of that ink off. And I'm going to not color him in with my Stampin' Blends. Okay. That's okay. And we'll put him on. And I want a little sentiment. What little sentiment shall we take from here? Oops. Got a whole bunch to choose from. Oh, there's one what does that say? Thinking of you. Oh, let's take that one. All right. Thinking of you. Let's see if I got him tiny enough. Oh, look at that. It fits. Let's ink that up. I'm going to do that again. And I'm going to do it in the same color, Early Espresso, to pick up the color from the butterfly. Now, if you have Stampin' Blends, you may want to color your butterfly. Or if you have those watercolor pencils, they work really nice too. So I'm just for time-wise, I'm not going to be coloring him. I will do that later because I don't want to waste your precious time. So now I got all my pieces ready. So let's see, can I get that in there like that? Okay. And now I'm ready to glue. So I got all my pieces. I didn't glue them all down because I'm the type that likes to kind of move things around. So I will glue always last. So I'm going to glue this. Now, I'm using quite a bit of glue. This is the Snail Plus, and it is super, super strong. I really like it. I like it how it comes out as like little pieces. So you don't need that much because it is very strong. So I've glued that down now. And I have my butterfly now. He would be colored before I finish putting him on. I'm just going to put that off to the side a little bit. And I'm going to tape it. I'm just going to flip that over and I'm just going to tape it. And just to make sure that it stays together. And we'll put him on there. Oh, look at that. That looks fantastic. I love coloring with Stampin' Blends. It is actually one of my favorite items in the catalog. If you've watched before, I always go on and on about Stampin' Blends. They are an alcohol-based marker. If you've ever used them or not used them, comment below and I will do a video on it. I just love them. I love to color. I think it's the days left over from when I was a kid. So normally I would color him in. So there's one card. So let me know what you think. And this is actually the finished card. So this one is finished with Stampin' Blends. So I've used some Blackberry Bliss, some Highland Heather, and some So Saffron in the colors there. What do you think? I love this. I love coloring, so I'm going to be coloring him later. And that is a very simple card. Like I said, it is using items from the Celebration catalog. And so if you spend $60, you can pick up a pack of the ombre paper. Now, I think you get Unfortunately, I can't show you. You get 48 sheets of this paper, the ones with the little circles and the ombre like this. So 48. So there's 12 double sheeted papers in 4 different colors. So there's Bermuda Bay. Let me show you. I love this part. So this is a Blackberry Bliss. This is Rocco Rose. Now this is, I love this. This is, I think, my favorite color out of it. And if you flip it over, there's Bermuda Bay. And as I showed you earlier, Granny Apple Green, which is actually quite stunning with some other stamp sets that I've seen. So you get a pack of 48 ombres. So this is one of the items you can choose for $60. So spend $60, you can get this free. Usually it's about $15, so thereabouts. So that's that. Using the stamp set, which is also at a $60 level. And so it got, let's go back and take a look. So we got the hummingbird. There's a hummingbird with, you ink it up, and that's the second step, and you would stamp that on top. There's some leaves. There's the leaves on there. There's some flowers and the flower background and the butterfly. Now, I didn't use this for the butterfly because I like to color, so I just used the butterfly itself. And a whole bunch of little sentiments there. So 17. So they're really nice. Those I just love that. So I wanted to let you know. So that is the first card. What do you think? I wonder what other color we could use that with this design. Well, I wonder if the Granny Apple Green would go. Anyways, let's go on to another card. I just love that, don't you? So another card we're going to make is also using the touch of ink. And what we have this time, we have our card base. This is So Saffron. So I've cut it, pre-cut it already, and I just fold it down a little. So there's my So Saffron. There is a soft suede piece. So if I'm going to lay that on top, I got a nice border so I can see the yellow. And the third piece is a piece of Whisper White. Now, Whisper White is been discontinued because of issues at their plant. So they are moving to a new white color, and it's going to be called Basic White. That's not out yet. And Whisper White has been, we're kind of a little bit of in white paper limbo at the moment. So just to let you know, it is coming. So it's going to be called Basic White. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. Using the Touch of Ink stamp set. I love this. This is one of my favorite ones. So let us get started. Okay. We're not going to be using this guy. So let's put him back on because I don't want to lose him. Oh, and I'm going to put this guy back on too. I've taken off the ink. Okay, what we need for this one, let us first start with the flower. We are going to start with the flower. And if I remember my flower classes, I actually took floral design for about 3 years. This is, I believe, it's a freesia, if I am not mistaken. So let us take a look at this. And we are going to use soft suede ink to match this matting that we're going to have around the edge. So I got my soft suede. We're going to ink up the freesia. And I'm going to do a couple. One. I have to do a little bit harder. Remember, there's 2 sides to a paper. So let's just flip that over because I wanted a little darker so that you can see it. So 1. Oh, that's better. Guess I just needed to get the ink juices going around there. And let's do another one over here. 2. And yeah, it's kind of up, but you're going to see in a minute why I did that. And let's do another one, just kind of maybe peeking in the side there, kind of falling off the page. So that is with the freesia. And let us, now I want some leaves. We need some leaves. So I'm going to pull up the leaves. And they're quite large. And what you need for this size is, the block is the size on the side there. Listed is a D, so it's a size D to fit it in. Okay, like I said, you can see through it, which is really good. Now, what I'm going to do is, I should have done this better. Should have started actually with the leaves. Yeah, let's go back to the other side. Okay, let's do this. Now, if I don't like this side, well, we'll flip it over again. Okay, do some leaves over here. Okay, make sure I get it inked up well. And like that. Okay. Now, we need another flower since I did this one side here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is pull up. I'm trying to see through so I can get the flower in between. Oh my goodness. Sometimes this happens. All right. Let's try that. Like I said, don't like one side, try the other side. I should have thought this out a little bit better. It always happens. Oh well. Okay. I just want it to look like that the leaves are attached to the flower, that, at least. Oh, there we go. I did it. Hallelujah. Let us celebrate. Gotta celebrate the small things in life. Okay. Now, okay. Let's see. Can I get another leaf in there? I think I'll just leave it there and I'll put my sentiment in there. There we go. Okay, so I have my flowers and my leaves. And if I didn't like that side, I can always flip it over to the other side, which I don't like that side. Okay. Now that I have my soft suede outline down, I am going to actually bring in another color. And the other color I'm going to bring in is the yellow. I'm going to bring in, whoop, got a little note on there to re-ink that pad. I'm going to bring in my So Saffron. Now, remember I told you, when we look at here, so I did the outline, and now let's grab some of this for the shading, it makes it look like watercolor. Let's grab that. So it kind of just looks like that. And we will put it on the block and ink it up. Now, before I stamp the paper, let's stamp onto the side here. It looks like I gotta squeeze a little bit more. That's why I had that little note on there. I need to re-ink this guy. I've had this ink pad now for, let's see, 4 years. Or 4 years? 3 years? So it does eventually, when you use it too much, run out. Okay. So I can see through that. And I can turn it. I want to make sure. Now, it is a little different shape, like size-wise. So it is going to go over. And the idea behind that is it's more to look like a watercolor. So, there we go. And, there we go. There we go. Actually, the Rocco Rose is a really nice color to do this with, too. So that was the So Saffron. I better put my note back on to re-ink it so I won't forget. And let's take the shadow parts for the leaves. They're right here. I'm going to pull them off. And so let's get some Pear Pizzazz. And for the green, I love this. Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive are my absolute favorite colors in green. I have so many favorite colors, so I don't choose one color anymore. I choose the color based on the color family. So I inked it up. Now this is the tough part, trying to figure out where the leaves go. So I keep turning a little bit. Ah, there it is. Okay. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, gonna ink up and stamp the next one. Like you'll see, it does go a little bit larger. Oh, this one is, what did I do here? But that's okay. It is supposed to look kind of like, what is that, watercolor? There we go. Now, I'm not quite done yet. I want to add a couple of design elements to that. So take off these spots. And in here, you can't see them too much, are these little spots. So I'm going to grab those little spots, find out where they are. Apparently they're hiding. There we go. And I'm going to use those. Now that, you may wonder, sometimes they add these little spots. What the heck are they for? They are to add some nice design elements. So that card is really nice. I like it the way it is, but watch what happens when you add just a little bit. Let's test it out first. Just add a little bit of that design element in here. Okay? So I'm going to do this. Now that was a double stamp, so it makes it a little lighter. So there it goes. It adds a little something to it. Now, remember I said, there's the spot there? Let's add our, thinking of you. We've got that out. Let's just take that. Let's add our sentiment in. A lot of times I put the sentiment on a tag, but this time I'm going to put it right onto the card itself in the same color. So that's why I did it a little lighter so that you could see. So now that is all done. This is just using the touch of ink. Like, take a look at that. Isn't that great? What do you think? Oh, hello, Sharon. I'm glad you could join us. So, like I said, there's my boo-boo side. That's okay. I call it, maybe we shouldn't call it boo-boo. We should call it our experimental side. Ha ha. There we go. Rename everything. So I'm going to ink up. I'm going to tape up the back. And I'm going to tape the other parts. So as you'll see, the Snail Plus, I don't know if you can see it, it has little marks. You don't need a lot. So if you do get the Snail Plus, just use a little bit. It will last longer than the regular snail, and it is very strong. Now, let us add just one more thing to this. Okay? Let's add some gems to this, some embellishments. Okay? A little bit here. A little bit, whoops, oh, don't fall off. A little bit here, and you'll notice I'm using my little pick tool. And can I put this one over here? Elements of 3, right? There we go. And that is our final card. This is actually one of my favorite to do. I just love using just the ink. Just the ink and the paper and the stamps. It really shows off. What do you think? I love this. This is such a great color. I'd like to do this in a couple of other colors. So there are the 2 cards we did today, and that is using the touch of ink. So don't forget, let me know if you don't have a Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Drop me a message. I would love, love, love to introduce you to the art of stamping. So northernstamper@gmail.com. Check out my webpage because we've got tons of fun things to do. The game night, don't want to miss it. I have been making up some really fun games for that, and I've got 2 packages left for bingo coming up in January. So check it out. Get your list. Try and reach 160. Now, the touch of ink is actually at the $120 limit. So you need to get 120. So it's not hard to do with the new catalog. There are a lot of great stuff. So 120 gets you the touch of ink. Let me know if you have a catalog or don't have a catalog. I did mail my friends out to all of you. So let me know what your favorite item is in the catalog. If you don't have one, drop me a message. I'd love to send it. Otherwise, have a great day and let me know what you think of the cards. Whoop. And let us continue to stamp. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.